we going to get anybody to come in or what? You know, so.
I don't know, man. We'll share it first, man.
All right.
Tell them to come on in.
Come on in. Y'all come on in. So people.
No, not yet. Just tell them come on in.
Y'all come on in.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. You got it on coming through on the page. What's going on, people? This is Chris Miles. This is somewhat of an odd show. I know it's at a crazy time. We are here in color cut clarity on this Saturday. My time, 7:51. Anyway, I have some subject matter that I would like to talk about. So I'm going to try to be laconic as possible. Everybody knows about the confirmation of Ketanji Brown Jackson. Everybody is so excited about Ketanji Brown Jackson. Okay?
And they should be, I think, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's I didn't mean to cut in, but I think it's as a personal achievement, I think it's fantastic. You know, you go to school, you beat the odds, you know, you become the top of your class, and, you know, even the people, you know, in the Supreme Court was like, oh, you overqualified. So it's a fantastic personal achievement.
You know, you're absolutely right. I think it shows the level of what black people have to go through to overachieve, to accomplish, to get to a certain plateau in the system.
Oh yeah.
She has done that.
Most definitely.
I mean, there's no ifs and buts about it. I mean, she is the top of the food chain, man. I mean, she has accomplished. She's there, and that should be celebrated. Okay?
I agree. Yeah, most definitely.
The problem I have with this thing going forward, and you and I have, we have had this discussion. We've had this discussion. And the problem that I have with it is she was placed on the court as a replacement for Breyer. Breyer is someone that has been, I won't say very liberal, but liberal when it pertains to his vote on the court.
Right.
So you kind of, in a sense, you knew exactly where he stood. This thing with her, I have some concerns. So back to the subject matter of everybody being excited for her. I think people should be. Okay? So we're not going to take away from that. We're not going to, deflect on that subject matter. She's more qualified than anybody that they could have put on the bench. That's a given. But I think the larger question becomes, how will she vote when she's when the subject matter is brought before her and is dealing with something like affirmative action. Now, the beneficiaries of affirmative action, believe it or not, are white women, more so than any other group out there in society. But you have affirmative action that will more than likely come. Stuff with the schools. You got critical race theory.
Right.
Critical race theory will be coming. I'm sure somewhere down the line, critical race theory will get to the Supreme Court.
Right.
How will she vote on the issue? Now, this is the thing. Everybody is so excited about KBJ being on the court. But I ask everybody out there that's seeing me, seeing my face, hearing my voice, and hearing my producer's voice, what's the difference between her and what you see on the screen? Have you brought that up? John, how you guys doing? But the question becomes, like I said, what's the difference between her and Clarence Thomas?
And I like to think about, like we said, you know, it ain't nothing to take away from her accomplishment, you know, her accomplishments. She should be praised for that. But at the end of the day, we still talking politics. Some of the most crookedest, evilest people, you know what I'm saying, run this country. You know, it's politics at the end of the day. And she in the pool of it. Biden nominated her because, think about it, they have similar interests. She'll vote how he will vote. You know, that's what I'm saying. Is it a ploy to try to get the black vote when it's time to vote again, or what is it? Does it have substance, or is it really just symbolism?
Well, it's more symbolism and semantics than substance. Reason being is this. Okay, like I said, when you look at everybody in a sense knows how Clarence Thomas is going to vote on the subject matter. I mean, it ain't no shaking that tree.
Man, his wife gonna tell him what to do.
Yeah. So, and this is where we're going with this. Clarence Thomas' wife is going to instruct him on this is how you vote. The whole part of what people have to understand about the system, the Supreme Court governs all other courts. It's the highest form of government in the United States. Okay? That being said, Clarence Thomas has his wife in his ear. Right? Will you agree with that?
Every night.
Okay. So for all these people that are excited about, oh man, she's the first black female on the Supreme Court. She has her husband in her ear. So, and despite of her accomplishments, what happens when an issue like critical race theory comes before her? Or something dealing with affirmative action? Or reparations? What happens? How will she vote? This is what people have to understand. There's a system that's set up in the United States that governs all other systems. And that system is white supremacy. Everybody that goes, and this is what people have to understand. Everybody that goes to some form of government, whether it be police, attorneys, DAs, whatever it is, they take an oath to white supremacy. So when people see these monuments and statues coming down, they're taking it down because it affects it's finance. It doesn't look good. Okay?
It's kind of like they trying to bury the history. Like I had mixed feelings about it. Like I kind of felt like if black people was woke enough, you know, they'll want to keep it up there as a reminder.
Exactly, and that's the thing.
Reminder. This is what these people think of you.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. They don't mind removing the statues because they still have the components
right.
of white supremacy in place. everybody that goes in to work for government takes an oath to uphold white supremacy. So, from the aspect of, we're talking about Clarence Thomas' wife, he listened to what his wife said. Matter of fact, how do we know this? We know this because something came up on January 6th. His wife was making calls to who? Meadows,
Right.
who was Trump chief of staff, trying to come up with a measure or a method to overthrow the government, or to not overthrow the government, but to overthrow the decision or the voting process, Biden winning. Okay?
Right.
Clarence Thomas knew and understood this shit, man. So guess what? She ran it by him.
Right.
He had to give her some form of advice on, this is what you do. This is how we're going to do this. What I'm telling people now is this, guess what? This woman here that everybody is so excited about, this shit is symbolic, man. It's not substance. Somebody, there's a picture out there. There's a picture out there. Let me see if I can get it, if I can send it to you. Because, you know, like I said, man, this here, and let me just say this, for everybody out there that's watching this, please go to the Chris Miles Show YouTube page. The Chris Miles Show YouTube page. Like, subscribe, and follow the Chris Miles Show YouTube page. Also, wherever you receive your podcast, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, wherever you receive, we're exclusively on Spotify. Wherever you receive it, listen, follow us. Okay? Follow us on those podcasts. Whatever subscriber you go to. We're everywhere. The Chris Miles Show is everywhere. We're doing Sirius Radio. We're everywhere. Also, too, we got some other things going on coming forward. The Chronicles of Chris Miles. You want to talk about that? A flip real quick or what?
Oh, you can go ahead. I'm trying to get this picture uploaded for you.
Okay. So the Chronicles of Chris Miles is a new concept that me and my producers working on that pertain to what we're doing is interviewing women, okay? And women are basically telling the details on love, marriage, sex, relationships, politics, business. All of these things are the subject matter that they're talking about. So really and truly, what we're trying to do is improve the relationships with between men and women. We got some heavy hitter females right here where I am in Atlanta. Some sisters out there that's doing some major shit in business, man. Okay, we're talking about 7-8-figure women that's doing major stuff in Atlanta that's going to be on the Chronicles of Chris Miles. We're going to be traveling everywhere, all over the world, interviewing some of the most beautiful women in the world, and they ain't holding shit back. Okay? So that's the Chronicles of Chris Miles. That will be exclusively on, Patreon. There will be clips uploaded to YouTube, but also Fire TV, Amazon, Apple TV. That's where you will find the Chronicles of Chris Miles. Now, back to the podcast, the Chris Miles Show. Wherever you receive your podcast, find us. We're also on all of social media. You can go at symbol, I am Chris Miles. So I'm not hard to find. I'm out there. Now, back to the subject matter.
Are you ready for the picture?
Yeah, hold on for a second. Hold on.
I got it uploaded.
Hold on. Can you pause for a second? I got a call. So. Hey.
Hold on.
Yeah.
We recording. Yeah, what's up? We're back at it. Were you able to bring the picture up?
Yeah, it's up now.
Okay, it went down. All right, so I'm wondering who put this picture together. I mean, can anybody explain this? Who's all in the picture?
Man, you got Kobe, you got Aaliyah, Michael, Whitney. You got Betty Wright, Harriet Tubman, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, Martin Luther. They got Dr. Seaman as
Really?
yeah. They put Betty White in there.
The actor.
I mean, you know, she was an activist, but you know.
Yeah. Okay, so
They got the Black Panther in there.
wow.
Nipsey Hussle.
Yeah, I saw that about Nipsey. So in other words, all of these individuals who are actually in this photo. So I'm trying to make the connection.
I don't know, man. It look like some nigga shit to me. I'm just
Yeah. So basically, that's what it is. It's nigga shit, pretty much.
I mean, you know.
So I'm just like I said, I'm really trying to get the grasp of who put this photo together and how is it that what this woman has done ties into these images that they've raised up, and they got so these individuals would be excited about this photo. Would Nipsey Hussle be concerned about this photo here? No, fuck no, he wouldn't. Ain't Pac in there?
I know no Pac ain't in there.
Who else in there?
I know Malcolm Malcolm X ain't fucking with it. I know Malcolm ain't fucking with it.
So this is what I'm talking about, people. This is based off of symbolism.
Yeah.
And I'm asking the question.
Make you feel good.
I'm asking the question, what's the difference between her and Clarence Thomas?
Yeah, don't nobody celebrate Clarence Thomas, man.
Yeah, so why Clarence Thomas is a black man on the Supreme Court. Why nobody celebrates Clarence Thomas?
Second black man, man.
Second black man on the Supreme Court.
After Thurgood.
Why no one celebrates Clarence Thomas? I mean, let's be.
I mean, yeah.
So
you gotta keep it a buck, man. You gotta keep it a buck.
Hold on, you got an image up there you have an image up there on the screen right now. And you have all of these various individuals.
I put the Clarence Thomas and the KBJ on that again.
Okay. But the point is, you had an image up there with various people that has transitioned out of this life.
Let me put it back up.
Okay?
Yeah.
They've transitioned out of this life. They've gone to the next life. So they would only be concerned or be excited about KBJ. They wouldn't be excited about Clarence Thomas.
Right.
Huh? For everybody out there that's watching this show, the podcast, you're telling me that these individuals that you all put out there would not be excited about Clarence Thomas. Only this woman here. And remember, like I said, at the end of the day, she's no different than Clarence Thomas.
Right. Most definitely. I agree. Just another black face with somebody else pulling the string, you know?
And the point is, people, the point is we're going to slide off. I have to ask this question. How will this woman vote when she's faced with critical race theory? When it comes up, how will she vote? You also had a situation when she was being questioned on the Supreme Court. Leading up by the senators going to the Supreme Court. They asked her about something pertaining to a woman. Am I correct?
Right.
To define a woman.
Right.
And what did she do?
She tiptoed around the question because she didn't really want to disrespect the trans people and the LGBTQ and all that.
What's up, Coach Matthews?
She didn't want to.
How y'all doing down there in Montgomery, man?
She didn't want to disrespect them, so she kind of she tiptoed around the question, and she said she wasn't a biologist, so she could not give a good definition of what a woman is.
So, once again, I'm asking the question for anybody out there that will answer it. What is the difference between KBJ and Clarence Thomas? At the end of the day, they are going home to the same element. That's what everybody got to understand. Clarence Thomas' situation here, his wife was caught up with this January 16 talking to Meadows, trying to get them to overturn the election. Okay? And Clarence Thomas knew about this. So what I'm saying to everybody out there that's hearing my voice, I'm asking the question, what's the difference between this woman and Clarence Thomas? This woman is being celebrated. You had an image up there where you had all of these people who've transitioned out of here, like they would Malcolm X them, like they would be excited about it. So why no one put Clarence Thomas' picture up there? And what I'm saying to black folks, you got to do away with the semantics. All of this stuff is semantics, man. It's symbolic. It has no substance whatsoever connected to it. This is not going to change shit in the black community. You have right today, like I said, we have pertinent issues. You got issues that's going to come up pertaining to police brutality. You're going to have the death penalty that will come up. How will she vote on it? These are the things why everybody's so, oh man, is she the first? That's fine. No one is denoting or taking away from her accomplishment. That's not what this is about. But what it is about is, how will she vote? Will she do the same shit that Clarence Thomas has done, but from another perspective? A bird has two wings. Okay? This is what people have to understand. This is what we're dealing with, people. So we did this special show today for the simple fact that this shit ain't about symbolic. It's not about symbolic measures or semantics. It's about substance. And what you all out there excited about and happy and jumping up and down about, that shit is nothing more than semantics and not dealing with substance. And it's time out for that.
To make it a little bit simpler, Biden them All the folks in the government, they playing chess. Y'all playing checkers. This was it was a move. It was a, she a pawn. She gonna get sacrificed at the end of the day. She ain't finna go against all them folks.
And that's what
she
I'm
not
saying.
Finna do nothing to uplift or is one of her. Even if she did, it's not gonna make a difference. It's one vote. She not making a difference in our community at all.
Right. That's the whole point of what this is. She will not make a difference in the community. This is it's icing on the cake with no flavor.
I mean, look at your vice president. Look at Sister Girl. He's done nothing.
Yeah.
She done nothing. She ski weed all the way to the polls.
Ski weed all the way to right.
She ain't do nothing. Ain't stood up. Ain't nothing. Nothing.
And this is what I'm talking about, people.
Obama had a black woman by him. Ain't do nothing for us.
Right.
8 years. Ain't do nothing. Nothing.
And these are the facts. These are the facts that we have to contend with. This is a subject matter that needs to be addressed. We keep doing the same shit and getting the same results. That make you a fool. You understand? What needs to be our focus out here is bringing our money in one central base and controlling the dynamics of the money. What you all have to understand, I'm going to say this in closing. I want you all to think about something. While we're out here worrying about who they're putting on the Supreme Court and all of this other stuff, which will not change nothing in the black community, not one iota. Okay? Once again, we're not taking away from this woman's accomplishment. You still have the image up there with Thomas and her. Bring it back up. This is what I want everybody to understand. Like I said, no one can tell me what's the difference between this woman, KBJ, and Clarence Thomas. At the end of the day, they're doing the same thing. They're going home to the same element. Okay? This is what you all have to understand. You all celebrated her, or you're celebrating her. Nobody celebrated Clarence Thomas.
Not at all.
Okay. Now,
my suggestion is Ice Cube had, the way Ice Cube went to talk to both of the political parties, he was on to something. In order for black people to get something out of this, you got to hold your vote hostage. You can't, just because they say, oh, you black, you going to vote Democrat, you got to hold your vote hostage to who's going to give you the best package, who's going to change the dynamic of your situation. Because right now we fighting trying to give our kids a better life, a better situation, so they can pick up the pieces where we left off. A lot of our ancestors died, and a lot of us out here acting like buffoons, not trying to understand the substance, and just fall for symbolism. So, y'all, instead of just going out there voting, hold it hostage until they give you some.
Well, this is my thing. This is my take on it. This is what I want you to understand. It's not so much about, and I agree with you, holding the vote hostage, right? This is what black people have to understand. Every year in March, we have the Selma to Montgomery. We commemorate the march.
Right.
All right. The Voting Rights Act, right? When there's an issue or a problem, we march. Right?
Right.
We protest. Right?
Right.
Okay. Just want to make sure I'm on the right page. I want everybody to look at, let's pivot to the war over there in Ukraine, with Russia and Ukraine, right? What's going on right now over there in the Ukraine? Ukraine has been devastated. So what did the United States do to send a message to Putin? What did they do?
They killed this money.
They killed the money. They're putting sanctions on the money. The Russian people can't get no goddamn money. They can't get no money. The oligarchs, all of these people here that have been in the United States doing business, and the United States knew that these people were crooked, all right? They can't get no money. This is what black people have to understand. You have to centralize your money. Our money is not contained in our community. That's why you see other come into your community and they benefit off of your community and you get nothing back. This has to stop. The dollar bill is more important than the vote. That's why you see these other nationalities coming here, the Koreans and the East Indians. They don't give a fuck about none of that stuff that we care about. And guess what? Their kids ain't being murdered out there in the streets by the police.
Not at all.
They have not been subjugated like we have. So once again, we keep doing the same thing and we're getting the same result. We're not taking away from this woman. Bring that picture back up. I'm finna get out of here. We're not taking away from this woman's accomplishment. But if you are excited about this woman being on the Supreme Court, you should also be excited about Clarence Thomas being on the Supreme Court. Because one thing about it is, Clarence Thomas will never vote against the interests of his wife. And guess what? In closing, Ketanji Brown Jackson would never vote against the interests of her husband. That's what you all have to understand. Anyway, this has been fun. Remember, wherever you receive your podcast, find the Chris Miles Show. I need everybody that's watching this to go find us on YouTube, our YouTube page, the Chris Miles Show. Subscribe, like, and follow. Everybody be safe out there. Take care. And we will catch you guys episode 37 coming up. We're going to pick back up on the subject matter. And we got some other things to add. The Hindus and don't.